History is filled with mysteries, but sometimes the strangest events are not the unsolved ones. They're the ones that happen twice, or in ways that defy all logic. Coincidences so bizarre, they feel scripted like reality forgot to follow the rules. Let's begin with one of the most jaw-dropping coincidences ever recorded. In the year 1838, a man named Edgar Allan Poe published a novel called The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket. In this story, a shipwreck leaves 4 survivors stranded at sea. Starving and desperate, they eventually decide to cannibalize one of the men, a cabin boy named Richard Parker. Now, here's where things get eerie. Decades later, in 1884, a real ship named the Mignonette sank. 4 crew members survived and were stranded in a lifeboat. After days without food or water, they made a horrific decision. They killed and ate the cabin boy, whose name was also Richard Parker. Same name, same situation, same fate. Was it a prophecy or a pure twist of fate? Now fast forward to the 20th century. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the man whose assassination triggered World War I, escaped a bombing attempt in the morning of the 28th of June, 1914. Later that same day, he and his wife were driving through Sarajevo when their car took a wrong turn. The driver tried to reverse and stalled directly in front of a cafe where the original assassin, Gavrilo Princip, was sitting by pure chance. Princip stood up, saw the Archduke just a few feet away, pulled out his gun, and fired. A world war began all because of a random wrong turn. Coincidences aren't always about death, though. Sometimes they're just freakishly impossible patterns. Consider the case of the 2 identical twin brothers in Ohio. Separated at birth, adopted by different families, and raised apart without knowing each other. But both were named James, both became police officers, both married women named Linda, both had sons named James Allen, and both divorced and remarried women named Betty. When they finally met in 1979, even scientists were baffled by how 2 people with the same DNA could live such mirrored lives, completely unaware of each other. But the universe wasn't done showing off. In 1975, a man named Erskine Lawrence Eben, a 17-year-old from Bermuda, was killed while riding his moped. A year earlier, his brother, also 17, also named Erskine, died in the exact same way, on the same street, riding the same moped, and even by being hit by the same taxi, driven by the same driver, and carrying the same passenger. It's not just a coincidence, it's like a glitch in the Matrix. We can't forget the eerie tale of Joseph Figlock. In 1937 Detroit, he was walking down the street when a baby fell out of a window and landed on him. A year later, the same man was walking again, same street, same spot end. Another baby fell from a window and landed on him. Miraculously, both babies survived, and Figlock became a sort of urban legend, a real-life guardian angel, or the world's strangest magnet for falling toddlers. Now let's go way back to Napoleon and Hitler, 2 of history's most infamous leaders. Both were born in April. Both invaded Russia, and both did it almost exactly 129 years apart. Napoleon entered Moscow in 1812, Hitler in 1941. Both suffered devastating defeats from the Russian winter. Coincidence, or something darker at work? But perhaps one of the most bone-chilling stories comes from Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Lincoln was elected in 1860, Kennedy in 1960. Both were succeeded by men named Johnson. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy, and Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. Both were shot in the head, both on a Friday, both in the presence of their wives. Lincoln was shot in a theater called Ford. Kennedy was shot in a Lincoln car made by Ford. Their assassins, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, were both known by 3 names, with 15 letters in total. Even spookier, Booth ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse, while Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you stack them all together, you start to wonder, are these just freak accidents of history? Or is there something else, some hidden pattern that connects the dots we've never truly understood? The world is full of events that defy logic. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes terrifying, but always unforgettable. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this strange journey through history, hit like, subscribe, and share your favorite historical coincidence in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe your story will be the next big mystery we explore.